Behind his infectious smile lies a battle only he knows. What happened to Andy Bean? His tragic death shocked his fans, but it is his children who now carry the weight of sharing his final days and the heartbreak they've endured. Our team has sourced insightful information from the New York Times, Golf Digest, and Golf.com to bring you a comprehensive look at his life and the tragic circumstances surrounding his death as recounted by his children. Let me first take you down the memory lane. Looking back at Andy Bean's legacy. In 1978, Bean had his finest year as a professional golfer. He won 3 times, including the Kemper Open in Charlotte, North Carolina, which he won back-to-back weeks, and the Danny Thomas Memphis Classic, which he won in a playoff against Lee Trevino. In terms of money earned, he came in 3rd that year. From 1977 to 1986, he won a total of 11 times, including 2 on the Japan Golf Tour. After defeating Hubert Green in a sudden death playoff on the 4th hole of the Doral Eastern Open in South Florida in March 1986, Bean became the first tour player to win the tournament 3 times. With 9 holes remaining in the regular round, Bean recovered from a 5-stroke deficit to force a playoff. In May of that year, he won the Byron Nelson Classic just outside of Dallas, his 11th and last tour victory, by a single stroke. Both the 1979 and 1987 Ryder Cup teams included Bean. At the 1983 British Open, held at Royal Birkdale in northwest England, he finished 1 stroke behind Tom Watson after making a late push. At the PGA Championship in 1980, held at Oak Hill in Rochester, New York, he came in 2nd place behind the 40-year-old Jack Nicklaus. At Kemper Lakes, just outside of Chicago, he finished 2nd in the 1989 PGA Championship, trailing only Payne Stewart by a single stroke. Bean resigned from competitive golf in 2014 due to wrist injuries sustained in a vehicle accident. He had previously won 3 PGA Tour Champions events. Bean achieved fame for his antics on the golf course, which included biting on golf balls and taming an alligator, all in the name of qualifying for the PGA Tour. Word got around that he had a public wrestling match with the Beast before releasing it into a nearby pond. He had an incredible golfing career. Then a sudden turn of events happened. For much of his life, Andy Bean seemed almost invincible. His imposing stature and powerful golf swing had earned him a reputation as one of the most formidable players of his era. But in recent years, that strength slowly began to fade. What many didn't know was that Bean had been quietly battling a series of health issues for the better part of a decade. In recent years, Andy Bean had struggled with declining health. While he remained optimistic and battled through various medical conditions, the last few months took a devastating toll on him. What started as minor health issues soon became more serious, as Bean was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive illness that doctors struggled to treat. It started with minor issues, joint pain, fatigue, and frequent doctor's visits. While some chalked it up to the toll of a long golfing career, the true cause of his health problems was far more serious. In 2023, Andy was diagnosed with a rare neurodegenerative disease that progressively affected his muscles and motor skills. This illness began to rob him of the very physical abilities that had defined his life on the golf course. He had double lung replacement surgery in September, and the PGA Tour stated that complications from that procedure were the cause. After contracting COVID-19, he reportedly began experiencing serious respiratory issues. He had lived in Lakeland for quite some time. On the trip, Bean stood out as a towering figure at 6'4" and approximately 210 pounds. His 1978 New York Times column by Dave Anderson dubbed him one of golf's most appealing players. For Anderson, he's big and strong and emotional, was his description. He lets his frustration show on every stroke, whether it's a tee shot or a poor one. His strength has earned him the nickname Lil Abner among the touring pros. He had a reputation for winning bets in bars by gnawing off a piece of a golf ball's cover. He may be gone, but his legacy still lives on. His hometown remembers him as the big man with a heart of gold. Grasslands Golf and Country Club in Lakeland, Florida, was the setting for Monday's Bean anecdotes as Bean and his wife, Debbie, resided on the back nine. Following Bean's untimely death in October of last year, at the age of 70, friends gathered to plan the Andy Bean Memorial Golf Tournament, with proceeds going to the local First Tee program. Tickets were gone in under a week for the event. Sweatshirts commemorating the Ryder Cup that his 3 daughters found at Grasslands featured their father's name. His 7 grandkids, who vary in age from 5 to 10, sported shirts that stated Team Doodad. Lauren Cushenberry, the eldest daughter of Bean, expressed her amazement at the effort that everything has been put together today. This whole ordeal is bringing us all full circle in our love for him and for all that he was as my dad and to everyone else. Andy Bean was the type of person who would stop what he was doing to assist someone stuck on the side of the road by towing their vehicles. In the Everglades National Park in Florida, he frequently used his boat to rescue people who had become stuck on sandbars. He would frequently pay the bill for the lunches of law enforcement and firefighters secretly. When he just missed qualifying for the 1983 British Open, he went out and purchased an electric wheelchair for a small girl whose parents he had observed all week in the gallery as she was pushed up and down the hills. According to Debbie, he just had a heart for helping others, with a particular emphasis on children. During Bean's time as a PGA Tour Champions competitor, he played an important part in the first Barkley, Bean, Bryant, and Friends celebrity event, which collected millions of dollars for the First Tee of Lakeland over 15 years. TJ Wright's first experience with a golf club was at the First Tee in Lakeland when he was 9 years old. Bean sponsored Wright's membership to the Par 3 course in town and went to junior tournaments to see him play. Now 27 years old, Wright is the executive director of the First Tee program. He was a male figure in my life that I looked up to that I didn't have in my personal life, she said. One of the reasons I wanted to return and be a part of the First Tee was because of the way he cared about the game and about other kids, regardless of their background in the neighborhood. His enthusiasm and dedication were truly motivating. Jack Nicklaus, who attended Bean's burial with his wife Barbara, contributed a signed replica of the 1-iron he used to birdie the 17th hole at Pebble Beach in 1972, en route to his 3rd of 4 U.S. Open wins for Monday's auction. Coke, a television host and 6-time PGA Tour winner, donated a round of golf and lunch for 4 at Tampa's Old Memorial. A 2-hour class was generously offered by close friend David Ledbetter. Andy Bean may be gone, but his legacy lives on in the hearts of his family and fans worldwide. Rest in peace, Andy Bean. You will never be forgotten. We hope you like this video. If you want more on these contents, be sure to subscribe to be ahead of the latest in golf.